Obsolescence naturally happens when there's a replacement being made and has become available, which provides more advantage compared to the reality of disadvantages in maintaining or repairing the original masterpiece. It is also referring to a particular object already disused or will be discarded and might be antiquated in the long run. In this video, we will talk about the few items that are identified to no longer appear to modern automobiles. As we break them down one by one, don't forget to proceed watching this video by clicking the like and subscribe button down below. CD players and changers. One of the many milestones of innovation during the computer age is the compact disc on the way out of cars. CD players and changers has been said to little by little get extinct as more advanced innovations when it comes to automobile cars increasingly discovered and booming in our time today compared to any time in the history of the world. As the present, one reason for this to get phased out is because of the rapid change which lead to cassette tapes to be labeled as completely dead technology, and it has been officially eliminated from the available options on cars' features. External telescope antennas. Back in the old days, most cars had a long whip antennas, and they are normally close to the windshields or on the trunk cover. If you are fan with power antenna on your cars way back years ago, this is now the time you need to say goodbye to those. Currently, most of them has been replaced now by high and very high frequency broadcasting, which normally can translate to any short wavelengths. Such led the traditional long antenna obsolete. In addition, aerodynamics focal point of fuel economy research was eventually in favor of having such retirement for these features because of the findings that this actually increase a car's drag coefficient. Front row center seats. During 50s, the classic muscle cars are triple times nostalgic reminder for everyone. It often depicts in most movies, and it was indeed omnipresent. However, as time goes by and changed, the most famous and can be seen drive-in movies in most theaters have disappeared, and more stricter safety regulations confined everyone, which results in the fading of the bench seats vehicles. The most common reason for such phasing out of the automobile features is that automakers agreed to look at it as completely impossible to restrain three passengers' safety when having center seat available. And because of this, automakers concluded the need to give more value and importance on bucket seats or seatbelts and airbags. Manual crank windows. This automobile feature often stood out typically as manifestations of being a base car model. As most cars today get more enhanced and advanced, having these manual crank windows is no longer a basic feature, but definitely old-fashioned and less classy. Most automakers decided to phase out the hand crank windows altogether because they have been said to be unreliable and often labeled as outdated with a high propensity of failing. Ashtrays and 12-volt lighters. There will always be a time when smoking is a cool and craving thing to do. Any mall during the 90s has plenty of chances of having ashtray rubbish bin, beddy, or next to a functioning escalator. And this is also true when it comes to a lot of airlines during the 90s. But since our time now changes a lot, and so also the evolution of cars, There can be seen plenty of lighter and ashtrays as one feature of the car during 2010, but now we can only see but a few of them. This primarily because of the world's contradictory when it comes to smoking, and stood more on anti-smoking stance. It turned out that automakers also don't want to make it as a habit for everyone. That is why some luxury automakers now offer their own expensive option, and this is what they call smoker's package feature of a car. All in all, the bottom line is that cigarette smoking is dangerous to anyone's health. That is the ultimate reason of having this feature get little by little extinct. Mechanical parking brake. The traditional brake is on its way of phasing out as well. Few years from now, and we will also bid farewell to this feature of automobiles. Nowadays, we do appreciate and commend it more the rise of electronic handbrakes as replacements for these mechanical or traditional brakes. Reasons for this is because electronic handbrakes has an automatic way of pulling away or automatic hill hold assist function which offers increased convenience and safety when driving. Also, the perspective design for this help is declutter cabins or even just the need for taking less interior space. Full-size spare tires. Most of the modern automobile products released can obviously be identified to be no longer equipping cars with full-size spare tires, as they also are no longer standard. New model cars are now in favor with more compact solutions. That is why some car makers nowadays chucked out the full-size spare tires. What we can see these days are tires that are even a lot smaller and narrower. Having such makes the automobile car more luxurious when full-size spare is out of its features. Exterior keyholes. There are so many cars today that have successfully omitted or excluded the exterior keyholes as features of a brand new car. Some vehicles now have remote type of key. When just pressing the button, it may automatically lock or unlock and no need to insert your keys anymore to successfully open doors. Filament type light bulbs. Lastly, we have the filament type light bulbs as one among mentioned features of cars that will or may already have been phased out. The reason for including this feature is the reality that every after few months or even years, bulbs needs replacement. Today, more cars are using light emitting diode (LED) technology, which help lighting purposes is for taillight, indicators, position lamps, cabin lights, fog lights, and phosphorescent headlights, which primarily allows to be more convenient compared to filament type light bulbs. What do you think about these obsolete automobile items or features? Do you think each of them are worth getting phased out? Let us know your comments down below. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you will always be notified for our new upcoming videos. We can't wait to have you still on our next video. Stay tuned for more interesting and updated videos which will add up to what you already know.